Hey champions, this is Arian Tyson out of St. Louis, Missouri, representing Slick Town to the fullest, and I'm just coming back at you to shoot a video. I'm actually letting myself warm up a little bit. It's been a crazy emotional day. I'm actually just leaving a homegoing service for a lady that I've known all my life, and to say that it was emotional is to say the least, but it was a beautiful homegoing service, and once again my thoughts and my prayers are for or with her daughters and just the entire family. I am just, as emotional as it was, and, the fact still remains, I just cannot see, my family hurting, and, saw a little bit of everything today, and, but, as family does, we're going to get through this, and, but I count it all joy because, in the end, the cancer that was in Aunt Carol's body is no longer there. And so, I'm just grateful for, just for this day. And even while we were walking out, even saw a couple of snowflakes. So, it just goes to show, what time of year this is. And so now, it's one down, one home going down, and it's still one to go. So, I just, ask that you continue to, just keep the family lifted up. Still have one more home going to go. It'll be after Thanksgiving. So, but in the midst of what I just experienced, I still feel the need to encourage you. I still feel the need to, provide some type of value even in times like this. And today's homegoing really put a light on what I heard at church yesterday. And my pastor spoke from the subject, every day is a day of Thanksgiving. And even in times like this, I can still thank God for this day. And, I'm even thanking him now for, helping me gain my composure back, because, obviously I'm just coming out of homegoing. So, to say that I'm still a little rattled, yeah, I think that's, that's well to be expected. But we're going to be okay. The family's going to be okay. And I'm just grateful for what he's doing. And in the midst of that, you still have to be able to say thank you. You have to be able to say thank you for the good days. And you even have to be able to say thank you for the not so good days. But understand that we all have to cross that road, so to speak. And I am reminded of a lot of what was said today, a lot of what was talked about, when people were giving acknowledgments and condolences and stuff like that. And, she was very respected. The homegoing was standing room only. And even the officiant of the service said that this was the first time that they've been at this particular church where for any type of service, it was standing room only. And that really speaks volumes to the impact that she had on our lives. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, because everything we do impacts our lives. And depending on what we do, it has the ability to impact those that are directly and indirectly, connected to us. And so I just want to encourage you, as you go forward in your life, as you go forward in your purpose, as you go forward in your destiny, to always keep in mind that you have to be able to count every trial, every tribulation, every triumph. You have to be able to count it all joy. And I'll be brief because, it's just that type of day. Whatever is on your heart to do, whatever your dreams are, when you reach the top, when your dreams start becoming reality, you have to be mindful and you have to be appreciative of the struggle. You have to be appreciative of the growing pains and the not so good days. Even for me now, as emotional as this day has been, you still have to be willing to understand that everything that happens in your life is part of a greater purpose, and it serves to enhance your testimony. There is no testimony without a test. And as much as she will be missed, there is still life after to be lived. And even as we prepare for the second home going in a few short days, there is still life after all of this. And there is something that needs to be learned from this. And what I can personally take from it is that our days are numbered, but it's what we do with those names. And I've heard it said often that we know our start time, God knows our end date. But what really matters to us and what really matters to our legacy is what we do in that hyphen. And so in the time that we have in that hyphen, because all of us have a hyphen, all of us will have a hyphen, we have to be we have to really show ourselves. We have to really be honest with ourselves and maintain a level of integrity and maintain a level of excellence when it comes to doing, what we have purposed here to do. And so we have to understand that, we have the ability to impact lives. We have the ability to influence lives, and that's what she was able to do, to have standing room only, and, the family is as large as it is anyway, but, nevertheless, I even had a chance to see, I had a chance to see a man who actually taught my mother, my father, my aunts, a couple of my uncles, and also was my former principal back when I was in the 6th grade. So he himself influenced generations of my family, so, going back to, the days at Banneker School, and, You know, he was my principal in the 6th grade when I was a student at Turner Middle School. And so, you know, it was just good to see him. You know, I have a lot of love for Mr. Shelton. And, you know, obviously he had a lot of love for my family because he showed up. He was there, you know, and, you know, I recognized him, and I was sitting with my father, and, you know, my father recognized him, and, you know, that just meant so much, you know, and it's just, it's an attribute to, you know, the legacy that has been left and the legacy that will live on, you know, from this family, you know, and that's what it's really all about, you know, doing, you know, making an impact and you know, doing something substantial in that hyphen in between our date of birth and our date of death, when whatever the date of death is. But we all have a date of death. We all have to go that way. But as I wrap this up, you know, I just want to encourage someone and just to let them know that, you know, it's not too late for you. You know, as long as you have breath in your body, you still have the opportunity to be great. You still have the opportunity to make a difference. You still have the opportunity to leave a lasting impact, you know, and you're not too young, you're not too old, but you have to take action. You have to step out on faith. And you have to understand that it's your life. You can't live your life vicariously through other people. And you have to be able to establish your own. You have to be willing to walk and embrace in your own. And so, you know, it's time out for making excuses. You know, because as much as, you know, we would have loved to, you know, spend time with, you know, our loved ones that go on, spend more time with our loved ones to go on. You know, they've done what they were supposed to do. They have, you know, finished their course. They have kept the faith. And it's time for them to go on. But while we're here, you know, you have to ask yourself, what impact are you leaving? You know, what impact are you having? And it's never too late to turn it around. You know, people may write you off, but as long as you have breath in your body, you still have time to turn it around. And I'm mindful of two testimonials I heard, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Number one, there was one of her grandchildren who had a close relationship with her, and he developed a relationship or got to know God through our Carol. And so what ended up happening was, as she was making preparations because, you know, she went into hospice and stuff like that, he shared that he wanted to get right with God. And so he turned over his life to God before she got called home. And so we have to be mindful of what we speak out of our mouth, because life and death truly are in the power of our tongue. We have the ability to speak life into people, but we also have the ability to kill people, whether it's psychologically or whatever. We have the ability to do that, and we have to be careful. And so, because she spoke life into him, he was able to give his life back to God. And then there was a second testimonial where another grandchild who had not spent a lot of time with her, who, you know, was somewhat remorseful of the fact that he wished he could have spent more time with her. But he said that he loved her. And I think deep down she knows that, you know, that he loves her. She knew that. But at the same token, she did what she was supposed to do. So even after this time, we have the opportunity to keep the legacy alive while building on our own legacy. And the choice is ours. So as I wrap this up, I just wanted to ask you, what are you doing to build your legacy? Because you don't want to be known as someone that tears some people down, that tears people down with words. But my prayer is that you want to be someone who speaks life into those who are on the verge of giving up. So I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna just enjoy the rest of the day as best I can. And you all have a blessed, peaceful, and productive day.